Hello and welcome back to some more Invictus Racing League highlights. Today we're in Monaco for the Monaco Grand Prix, and let's jump straight into the qualifying action. I'm just finishing out our first run in the qualifying session now. What's it going to be? As I come across the line, it is an 8.5 to take provisional pole position. That was a fairly strong banker. I wouldn't say I pushed it too much, just wanted to get a nice banker on the board. You want to be looking for about low 8s to high 7s, or potentially on a really good lap. So I'd be happy with anything sort of a low 8. But here we go on to our third run, because we invalidated the second one. So we come around turn 1 now. We lost a slight bit of time to our fastest, and then you just got to sling it into the casino section. Gets close to the wall on the inside here, and it's close to this wall as well, as we gain a slight bit of time on the brakes into whatever corner this is called. I don't know any of the names here. Into the Lowe's hairpin that's not called the Lowe's hairpin anymore, but we are now 0.2 up, so get some nice rotation into first gear to I'm not sure if that makes a difference really, but it felt nice to drive anyway. 2.5 up, going through the tunnel now into the Rascasse chicane. You can really cheese this corner on the inside. We didn't really do it enough, and we actually lost quite a bit of time there, so that's definitely somewhere to improve on the final runs. Chucking it into the back now in the left-hander. That was really nice. I need the swimming pool again. Just got to try and not hit the walls. Don't bounce over the curb too much, because it definitely unsettles the car. And then into the Rascasse and the final corner. We've got a teammate in front of us, which slightly distracted us. It's in a little bit early for Anthony knows, but we come across the line. It's going to be a fairly decent second proper run as an 8.3. I was pretty happy with that one. Definitely a lot of time. Obviously, you saw at the chicane, I lost about 1/10 and a half, I reckon, of what I could probably do. So coming on to the final run now, we definitely know we can improve. We've got still on pole for the time being, so this is going to be an all or nothing lap. Coming into turn 1 now, booking over that curve as nice as possible. A little bit of overstay on the exit, but we're just about marginally down on our time at the moment. Through this left-hander again, slightly wide, but we really attacked the right, pretty much hitting the wall. But as you see in front of us, our teammates, I don't know what he's done there. He's had an incident and that completely distracted us, and that's really ended our run already. So fortunately that is the end of our qualifying session. We're just going to have to hope no one else beats us in this crucial qualifying session. You don't want to be behind anyone at Monaco. But let's see as we cut to the results now. And we do get pole position by nearly 3 attempts. I think just over 3 attempts. So that's pretty promising. Or just under 2 attempts to Cliffy, sorry. So we did exactly what we needed to do, but now let's jump into the start of the race. One of the most crucial parts of the weekend. We need to keep the lead here going into turn 1, so let's see what happens. And the lights go out now, and we are away in Monaco. It's a good start from us as we head into turn 1 now. Just as alongside Cliffy behind us, he gets a really good start, but we get through turn 1, and thankfully the hardest part of the race is now done. We are in the lead, and we just need to make sure we keep our head, do not hit any of the walls, and hopefully just a nice cruise to the end, as easy as that sounds, is what we want to do right now. As we come through the hairpin now, and we've got a 9/10 gap already, so not sure if Cliffy just had a bad start or we've had a really good one, but the gap's up to a second now, so we've already broken what would be the DRS. I know it's probably not too powerful around here, but we're just focusing on trying to drive consistently. You can see our fastest lap 1, lap 2 is nothing special at all. That's about a second off what I could normally do, but we're just trying to not hit any of the walls, trying to keep it within the limits. And as you can see, even at this pace, we're still managing to slowly build the gap. I think Cliffy got in an incident, which means Justas has been promoted to second place. But yeah, we are pretty comfortably in the lead at this stage, 2-second lead. But as you'll see on the minimap now, Harry, he was P3. He's gone into the pit lane, so he's making an early stop, and we're definitely going to have to react to this at the end of the lap. So we do that. We come into the pits to fit on the hard tyres, which should take us to the end. Ideally I wanted to run a bit longer, to about lap 10-11, and fit the medium tyres to the end, because they're a much faster tyre, but I thought Harry picked that early that he must be going onto the hards, and I'd just copy him to make sure I stayed ahead, because obviously track position is the key thing around here. But we come out of the pits now. Justas behind us has gone into the mediums, interestingly, and Harry, who is P6 right now, is he going to be close to Justas on the exit? He is quite close, but he's also on the medium tyres, which I thought was really interesting, because I was fairly confident those mediums would really struggle to make it to the end, and I thought the hards would definitely be the better tyre. But it's definitely going to be a difficult one to start with. Obviously we've got track position and it's Monaco, so it's going to be extremely difficult for them to overtake, but they do catch us when mediums are slightly newer than ours. As you see then at the back, we kissed the outside wall very, very lightly, and I was just really hoping that that didn't cause any sort of damage. But as we come onto the straight on this lap, we look on the little indicator on the MFD, and we do actually have slight end plate damage. And here comes Justas out of nowhere down the inside. He goes really deep, nearly touches the wall. We do the switchback, and Harry is allowed through on that as well. That was a bit unexpected, I can't lie. I didn't expect that move to be done, but yeah, I mean, now we are really going to have to defend. We've got cars behind us on faster tyres, and also we're losing quite a bit of downforce from the lack of front wing. We skip on to lap 12 now. You can see Harry is right on the back of us. We just need to make our Mercedes as wide as possible as we get slightly wide on the exit of the last corner. And this allows Harry to be really close to us. Where's he going to go? He's going to go to the outside. Can Harry make the move around the outside? We fend it off on the inside, taking the slow apex to make sure it doesn't get any sort of switchback. And indeed we do just keep ahead, but look how close they are behind. This is going to be a really challenging race now to keep the cars behind. Look how many laps we've got left. We've still got over 25 laps remaining, and this is going to be one hell of a race to get to the end. With this wing damage, we just got to make sure we do not get any more than we already have. Let's give us lap 16 now. Coming through to back, this is where we got damage before. We do hit the wall again, and we've damaged our front wing even more now. But the yellow flag, a safety car is out, and our teammate Logshot, as we try and avoid him because he wasn't Ghost at the time, he has crashed out. But this is a critical point. Do we pit or do we stay out? I thought with the wing change, we do decide to come into the pit lane. Harry stays out, but thankfully, which is quite crucial for our race, a lot of the cars behind us do pit. At that very point of the safety car coming out, I thought I was running out of the overtake mode to defend from Harry because I was just used quite a lot, and I thought there's no way I'd be able to do the rest of this race with that much damage and not allow them through. So I opted to do this, take the safety car and take the pit stop. As much as losing the track position is quite a big thing around Monaco, but we have got about 9 lap fresher medium tyres and the 2 cars that have stayed out in front of us, and now we do have a front wing. So what can we do? Can we overtake at Monaco? That's going to be a challenge, definitely, because through previous years of this on the Co-Masters games and in real life in general, overtaking at Monaco is probably the hardest thing you can possibly do, and there's not really any way you can do it. But the restart is on now. That's how he leads away out of the final corner. We've got Sammy Pepito in front of us who also stayed out, and then pretty much everyone behind us did pit for new mediums. So we've just got to try and put the pressure on as much as possible and see if we can get anywhere near making a move on Samu. That's our first goal, getting past Samu and then getting onto the back of Harry. We need to win this race to get our championship back in order. We skip to lap 22 now. We can get quite close to Samu Pepito. As you can see, we always had quite a good run out of the final corner, not using any overtake mode, but we could still get quite close. And again, out of turn 1 was also a very strong point for us. But at this point we're just trying to figure out where we're strong, where we're not strong compared to the others. This hairpin always seems to be quite close, but again the hairpin is one of the most, I wouldn't say it's a hard place to overtake, but it's very dodgy to get 2 cars through there. But we are now skipping on to lap 25. We get very close once again, and I think we're going to deploy a little bit of overtake mode this time, so we're going to try and go for it. We saw the opportunity putting all the overtake mode on, but Samu's quite fast in the straight. I'm going to go to the outside for the chicane. Samu has to defend the inside line, but there's no way through. And we can look at the laps going down there. We're on to 25. Let's give it to the end of lap 25 now. The laps are cutting down, and we need to definitely make a move. This is the closest we've been on the straight. With DRS, we enable the overtake mode. Is Samu going to defend? No, he doesn't. He pulls to the outside. We go down the inside into the first corner, and we do make the move stick. using a bit of overtake on the exit to make sure that Sammy does not come back through. But that is the move done into second place, and now we've got 14 laps to put as much pressure on Harry as possible. We have the advantages. We've got, I'd like to say, the pace advantage at this point. Obviously we've got the brand new tyres as well, and his tyres are going to be very, very old come the end of this race. So what can we do against Harry? Can we overtake him and pull off a nice recovery drive after that wing damage? Let's skip on to lap 28 now. We're quite close to Harry, and again, out of this corner, look, we deploy a little bit of overtake mode, turn it off quite early, but look how much we can still gain. And I noticed this was going to be a really a good chance for us to overtake up that hill. If we can catch Harry off guard when he's not using his overtake mode, I reckon we have a very good chance of making the manoeuvre. But you can see, again, we're just so close, but yet just can't quite get close enough to make a move. That's just us of the fastest lap in 11.5, which is, I'm not sure what happened to him after the restart. But lap 28 now, again, using quite a lot of overtake mode. We saw this as an opportunity, and we turn it off because we can't quite get close enough. Just trying to put Harry off at this point, trying to see if he can make any mistake, maybe get him a penalty or something to allow us the position if we can't get quite close enough. But at lap 32 now, he gets a little bit of a bad exit coming into the tunnel, and again we're just not quite close enough. We are quite close though into the braking zone. He has to defend this time, as we're going to try and see if we can get around, but we can't quite do it. And the laps really are ticking down now, only 7 remaining to get this move done, so this was really where I needed to start putting the pressure on quite a lot more, trying to get adventurous with the moves and see if we can get anywhere. I really do not want to finish in second place again. It was sort of a all or nothing this race. I need to get the championship back in order. Lap 33 now, again Harry squaring on the exit, and we're really close this time into the overtake mode. We're going to leave it on all the way down the straight. No, yes we are, pulled to the outside, we're almost ahead into the break-ins. We're going to go side by side into the Novell chicane, and Harry just about keeps ahead. Can we do any sort of switch right into the back? No, we cannot, and Harry is making that Williams as wide as possible on those really old tyres, and now we are really going for it. Can we get any closer than this into the final chicane and into Anthony Nose in the final corner? Can we get any sort of run? We're gonna, oh, Harry square me on the exit, we get the DRS. Can we get close? We're not going to use the overtake mode, we're going to save it and go into turn 1 now, deploying it all on the exit. This is where we're strong. All the overtake mode is used. We're going to try and see if we can find a gap on the outside. We do, and we're going to move around the outside of Harry into the casino section, and we do take the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix. There we have it then. We never make it easy for ourselves, but we are victorious here in Monaco today. We take the win and the maximum points. We get very close to the fastest lap on the final lap there, about half a tenth off, but it's the maximum we could get today other than the fastest lap. It's 15 points. Harry, as you'll see on the screen, says he dropped down to 5th, but he got a 5-second penalty that will probably be removed. So he will get second, the gap in the championship down to 12 points now. So it's definitely, we're on the up, but it's definitely going to be a challenge going into the week's break now. So we'll be back for more Invictus action in 2 weeks' time around the circuit Jules Villeneuve in Canada. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.